Hello, welcome to this video. Here I'm going to talk about how to complete your probability lab. So at the top, it's going to give you some background on what probability is. And here they just show you how to calculate probability. So you have number of possibilities over the total number, and then you multiply by 100 if you would like to get the percent. If you just wanted to get the decimal, you could just do the number of possible divided by the total number. So here we have the expected results, and then here we have observed results. So this will be similar to expected being like classical and observed being like empirical. So the pre-lab questions, you're just going to follow pretty much the same format as we did here, talking about calculating probability. And then they're going to ask you questions about, okay, what if we have two coins to flip and all the different scenarios. So they're basically giving you your sample space so you know what they're talking about. So heads, heads, that's like the first one's heads, the second one's heads. If they have heads, tails, just looking right here, they're just saying that you have one flip and then you have, or the first flip and then you have the second flip, and then they're just having you to answer questions like that. So the part that I really want to get into here is how to use this chart, or how to fill in this chart. So there's going to be two charts that you need to fill in. The first one is only dealing with one coin, okay? So this is going to be one coin. I know it says two up here, but they're actually referring to the next phase of this. You don't need any coins. You can actually use a coin flip simulator, which I'm going to show you how to use. But first, let's talk about this chart. So notice how they have flips 1 to 10. In these sections right here where it says heads and tails, this is where you're going to tally for however many flips you're doing. And I'll actually go through it with you so you can see what to do. And here is going to be the percentage, and I'll show you how to calculate that. So if you go to your Moodle page, and if you go under projects and labs and come toward the bottom, you will see coin flip simulator. So I already have it open in a different tab. But your coin flip simulator is going to look like this. They're actually flipping a dime. I do not know how to change the different coins. You could probably figure that out, but that's not very important. What's important is we want to flip this coin 10 times. So right here where it says flip one coin one time, we want to flip one coin 10 times, and that's going to represent flips 1 through 10. So flips 1 through 10, you could just go ahead and hit go. Okay, so now, and if you scroll down, you will see that there are 10 flips. Okay, so what you want to do, and I wish I could make this larger, but what you can do is you can count how many heads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when you go to your paper, you would actually put 8 in here. You can tally up the little mark, so you could just write the number 8. And of course, if you flipped 10 times, that means that leaves here 2 tails. So out of 10 flips, you would just write 8. You would write 80% here. And then over here, you would write 20% for the 2 out of 10 flips. So you write 20% there. Then for the 11 through 20, you can do it again. So you're going to go back to your simulator, and then you're going to flip it again. Okay, and then you would just recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it looks like I had 8 flips again. Now, I believe you may want to come down here and actually do your flip just to make sure that it's turning, because I think if you hit this right here, it just flips the heads to tails. So I don't think you want to use this. I think you actually want to use this go button down here. So hitting the go button, And then you would just count your heads, and then whatever the complement of that would be, or the other ones would be the tails. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then you would go to your table for 11 through 20, write 6 heads. So that means there were 4 tails. So that's 60%, 40%. Now right here where it says totals, if the first one was 8 and then the second one was 6, okay, that's going to be, because remember that 10 and 10, that's 20, so that's why they have 20 right there. That would be 14. So you're just going to add however many heads you have for those first 20 flips here, and then you're going to do your percentage here in that gray line. And then same here, you're just going to add up however many tails you have here, put right here, and then put the percentage right here in this gray line, and then you just continue on. Do another 10 using the same coin flip simulator, so on and so forth. And you're just going to accumulate all the way until you get to 50 flips. All right, moving on to procedure 2. Now we're going to flip 2 coins at a time. So with this coin flip simulator, the beauty of it is you can actually change how many coins you're flipping at a time. So I'm changing my 1 to a 2 because I want to flip 2 coins. And for the first part, it does say flips 1 through 10, so because you're going to try to accumulate up to 50 again. So we're going to count how many times we get 2 heads, a head and a tail and a head, or 2 tails. So this one you will need to tally, okay, as you go along. So for your flips 1 through 10, you're just going to tally up, and I'm actually going to do this on here so you can see how to put it in there. So just 1 second. Okay. So we have on the left side, here is my chart for part 2, and then here's my coin flip simulator. I'm changing the flip to 2 coins 10 times. So this is going to satisfy that first row here on your table. So if I've already done my flips, remember to hit go after you change your numbers. Then we can actually go in here and tally. So head, head. So I'm just going to write in, just going to tally in a 1 there. Okay, tails, tails. Sorry, I did this backwards. Okay, so head, head is good. 2 heads. So we're going to put that little mark here. Again, I'm just tallying up on my chart. And then we have tail, head. So tail, head, that's that third column. So you put a little mark in there. And then we have head, head again. So you're going to put a little mark in there. And then we got head, tails, so then we're going to put a little mark in there. And then we have head, tails again. So we're going to put a mark in there. And then we have head, tails again. So we're going to put a mark in there. And then we got heads, tails again. So we're going to put that mark in there. And then we got head, head, which will be in the first category. And then we have tails, tails. So that's going to be in the last category. So according to this, the percentage, remember we still have 10 flips out of the total thing. So it's still going to be the same format, but we just have to think about it in terms of 2 coins. So 4, that would be 40%. For 4 again, 40%. Then it'll be 10% for 1 because it's 1 out of 10. And then same here, it would be 10%. Then you would just do it again for the next 10 flips. And then you're going to use the same format as you did before, thinking about it in terms of 20. Okay, so if you wanted to do it again for that second row, that 11 through 20, and then you would add these up and divide it by 20 to get the new percentage. Once you finish the 2 coin flip chart, then you have some post-lab questions that you need to answer. Remember, the expected outcome is like the classical probability, so you would fill that in for each case. Think about your sample space and what you would expect to have. Okay, and then the my data would be considered, and this is for the 1 coin toss, so we will go back to the first chart to actually get this information filled in. And then here, this is for the 2 coin toss. This is what you would fill in for the expected outcome and the data, the one that we just looked at here for that first row. Class data, this is if we actually come together and actually look at everyone's data. So we were going to have a deadline for the first part in order to come back and do the second part. So I'll make sure that I give you the correct deadline so we can all have our data and then share with our classmates. Then you're going to have some follow-up questions here post lab, and make sure you answer all of your questions in complete sentences. If you have any questions about this lab, please do not hesitate to email me or ask me in class. Have a great day.